Hello and welcome to the Three Ps in a Podcast. We're here for episode 2 of Dragon Ball Review. I'm joined here today with Hut the Heretic,
Hello.
Ryu the Animorph,
Hello.
and I am, as always, your host, Ben Merscience. My name stays the same. That's what I've decided.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Y'all get. You don't even know what an Animorph is, do you?
I do. Someone that can transform into animals.
All right, I felt I underestimate you. I'm sorry for that. All right.
It happens.
All right. Anyway, so we got chapters 11 to 20. Unless I fucked up, I need to start frantically
Nope, that's
reading
correct.
something. Okay, we're good. Okay,
Just if we're behind talk for 5 minutes, and you just quickly flip through.
go, stall. I got this.
I got this. Well, yeah, no, 11 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Where
so
quite a bit of stuff happened, actually.
Oh yeah, I feel like this was a lot more
This was pretty dense,
it
definitely.
was a lot more dense. So before I start talking about Journey to the West some more, how about you guys have something else?
No, just this this batch of chapters, it felt like it went by twice as fast as the previous one, because the previous
Yeah,
one,
they were quick.
the previous batch.
I mean,
felt
to be
really
fair,
fast.
the first chapter is always longer, so instead of the usual 20, it was 60.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it does make sense. So we effectively read 12 chapters. The
Yeah,
last episode.
The first time, yeah, no, that's fair.
fair enough.
I mean, you gotta introduce the character more in that first few episodes anyway,
Mhm.
right? In first few, pages.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yeah, oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure what Ben is gonna bring up for the Journey to the West, because there were a couple references here too that I also picked up, but
I didn't really do many of the references. I might as well get into it now. Okay,
Alright,
so
Fuck it, just get
might
it.
as well, look,
Get it
if
over
I'm
with.
gonna,
Get it over with.
I was gonna let it go and let you guys do some other things first, but Hut brought it up. Hut brought it up again.
I mean,
I
he
feel
brought it
like-
up.
So
Yeah.
I'm free to talk about Journey to the West now. So I want to talk about Fry Pan Mountain because this is something I was gonna mention last week as well, but I wanted to wait because I knew this was coming up, and this is a better example of it. So in Journey to the West, half probably more, most of the things that happen, or most of the conflict that happens in Journey to the West is just there is a demon on a mountain, and now we have to deal with said demon. So when we got the Fry Pan Mountain, I was just okay, so this is where this is very overt Journey to the West, some of the other stuff with Nimbus Cloud, the Power Pole, and Son Goku and stuff. This is very overt Journey to the West. There is a terrifying demon, Ox King, Demon King, at the tower, mountain, and they have to deal with it to get their objective. It's very nicely integrated in what the story is trying to do, being collecting Dragon Balls, so that now we have it coincides with the character's goals, and we can have the Journey to the West Mountain thing, essentially.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he looks more human to me, but that maybe just because
He's not
demons aren't really,
actually a demon. It's just that they call him the Ox King, and these, or Gao Mao in the translation, but I think that the translation for that is the Ox King, if the dub was correct in that.
yeah, it's also a reference to the Bull Demon in the Journey to the West, which can be seen as Bull King or Ox King, right? Or Bull Demon.
Okay,
Yeah.
So he's a reference to that, which looking back at it now is kind of interesting to see. It also says here, I searched it up. It says, also known as his self-proclaimed title, the Great Sage who pacifies heaven.
That's funny because Sun Wukong's title, he was fucking up a whole bunch of shit in being Sun Wukong and being impulsive and just doing whatever the fuck he wanted. So the heaven, we're just talking about Journey to the West now, but
it's fine.
In Journey to the West, heaven is worried about Sun Wukong, so they want to give him so they want to give him a job in the heavenly bureaucracy to be able to control him. So they do that, but then at some point he's like, "Fuck this is boring." Goes back, and then like he says, "I want to be called sage equal to heaven."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that. So that's like I think that I don't know if that's like supposed to be a parallel or just a reference then.
Might
yeah,
be both.
yeah.
Could be both. Yeah.
But okay, now back to Dragon Ball, right?
Yes.
We never left Dragon Ball. It's a Journey to the West parody. Everything's on top of it.
It is. I mean,
I mean,
wrong.
yeah, I guess it is like fine to bring up. So we finally got another person that is worthy to ride the Nimbus Cloud, which
yes.
Now,
so that was nice. So
I think it's funny that like Goku's 14, right? We talked about this last week.
No, he's
14,
11.
but 11. Yeah.
Yeah. He says he's 14, but he's actually
Okay,
11.
right.
You can't
Okay,
count.
so
Yeah.
so this makes more sense then, because like we talk a lot about like childhood innocence is like a thing, it's like something that we reference a lot, and I think Cloud and Nimbus Cloud is like a physical representation of that in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because like the only two characters we've seen so far that can ride the Nimbus Cloud are kids. Like there was somebody who could ride it, but they became older and became unable to ride it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
That was pretty cool. Also, I want to just talk about this. Just get this out of the way real quick. Can we talk about how busted like Boss Rabbit's ability is? Like,
Oh, just
like
Oh yeah,
Like-
yeah.
I gotta
I
bring
forgot
up
he exists.
Sugar from
God.
One Piece.
yeah,
The
it's like
fucking instant touch, and now my Sugar's a little more perfect, but instant touch and just almost complete. No, not instant death, but like
I mean,
instant.
yeah.
like
Instant victory,
instant
essentially.
victory.
Like in
Yeah.
a 1v1, like the only reason these abilities don't take the heroes out is because this is a time where we can actually do power of friendship, because the fact that they're not alone literally makes them able to beat these characters.
Yeah,
I
because if
thought
they were
that was
alone, they
good.
would instantly be tapped and done. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
End story.
He could be like, "Oh, shake my hand, done."
Also,
And the
can
story-
we talk about how the boss rabbit just went, "Yo, dap me up."
Yo, dab me up, homie.
True, it's
I
true.
love that.
Like,
Yeah,
like, bro,
man.
that shit's good.
Also,
that
how the
shit's
fuck? Like when they got the feed, they just got bumped to the moon.
That was like instant as well.
That
Brother
was
just
so
Like,
fucking wild.
It came out of nowhere. I'm like, where the fuck were they?
Yeah,
On the
I
moon.
was just like, what the fuck? And like,
Yeah.
so I was like, I have one of my notes here. Is just like, yeah, you think Goku ever goes back to check on the rabbit he put on the moon, or did he
I
just
would
like
love to.
say like, fuck it, it's probably fine.
Probably alive, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, apparently, like,
Probably fine.
somehow they're alive. Like, we see a panel of them like farming carrots, which is
No,
probably
they-
just transformed like.
Were they making mochi?
they're making mochi, which is also
Yeah, I was
a form
gonna
of
say.
punishment in some sort of hell. If I remember correctly, making like mauling.
Okay.
Yeah, so they
But like, so they're alive in the vacuum of space. So like, I guess space just isn't a vacuum in Dragon Ball, because I
it's
get the
kind
feeling
of
it just isn't.
see. Okay, this is I'm gonna diverge a bit, but this is like, reminds me like in One Piece. You remember those like those small little things in the cover story of Enel's cover story that just
Yeah.
flew up to the
Automatons?
moon. No,
Yeah.
they were not. Or was it?
They're robots.
Yeah,
They were robots.
Yeah,
The
and they
four
just-
were Vegapunks.
Yeah, and they
right?
just
If you only watch the One Piece anime, you have no idea what we're talking about. Go look at
Yeah.
the cover stories.
Yep, they
Beat
just
'em.
used the balloon and just flew up to the moon.
Yep.
It's kind of like the same thing here. I feel like.
Yeah, like
Uh,
it's
there
like
was a
those
translator's note for me as
wacky,
well
like,
on the pages.
physics. Sorry, what'd you say, Ryu?
There was a translated note here that that literally said like, instead of seeing a man on the moon like Western cultures, Japanese tradition dictates that the shapes on the moon surface we can see from the Earth are of a rabbit making mochi, soft rice cakes. Hence the reference. That's where the reference is.
Okay. Like one of the so this is interesting because I imagine you're reading scans online.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have like a physical copy of the. I'll show it off real quick. Like I have a physical. Oh god.
Show off.
Glare. Oh no.
Show up.
Fucking. Okay, yeah. Look.
Oh, focus. Damn.
That's in
Yeah.
focus. Cool. So like I have a physical copy, and so like there are like small little notes, And it said that essentially rabbits on the moon is like kind of like like a thing in children's stories for like bedtime stories in Japan.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that's like precisely why they have like the rabbits on the moon thing, or like if there's some other reason, like that they're just like two separate things, both that happen to have rabbits on the moon, or that they're like correlated in a way. But like it is interesting that like from your translation notes and my translation notes we have
We
like
can like form a story.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah that's cool. I like that.
yeah, that's fun. So that was an interesting note to like at least get to and have.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can we?
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say like about Roshi's transportation mode of transportation.
Okay, I actually have a thing about that because that is a Godzilla reference.
That's a Godzilla reference.
Which-
Oh wow.
Is
It's
it?
one of the other kaiju. I believe like it's the name. The name is the same as one of the other kaiju. Somebody might have to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is a Godzilla reference.
Oh, that could make sense. Yeah. Damn. That's cool.
Because I looked at that and went like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this in Godzilla. Like,
I've seen like the spinning tortoise or
yeah,
like, before.
I think I've seen
Let me-
bulky like 70s animation or like footage of it. I don't know what you want to call those. It's just people in suits.
Yeah.
Which
I can
like
see it.
I still like quick like divergence. Like somebody told me like at some point obviously like Power Rangers, like the Megazords and those fights, those are those people in suits. I still don't see it. I watch it and I'm still like I don't see how this is people in suits. Like this is just a Megazord to me.
That's
That's just like the
impressive.
childhood mentality is still in me, I guess. Like I can't make the mental step. Like no, this is a Megazord. This is not a person. It's a Megazord. I can't get over it. I'm 21. I can't figure this out.
I can see it. Yeah,
Yep,
like if
Gamera
you
is
had
from
that-
Gamera is indeed from.
Yeah,
Looked it up. It's
Gamera.
depicted as a giant flying fire-breathing prehistoric turtle.
Yeah, that I remember. I remember the scene now. Like it was like him. Like I think it was fighting Godzilla, or like he might have been fighting like one of the other kaiju. I think it was Godzilla though. It was like he like does the fire breath and then like it's across some like telephone wires or something, and like they just burn up and you see them go to the ground.
I have not seen that, but yeah.
So like yeah,
But he's got
this
baby
was another
Gamera, so like it's a baby version, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was funny because like in my notes I wanted to put kaiju, but I was like that's weird because he's tiny now. But like that's like this
It's
goes
a
into
baby.
something else I wanted to talk about, and that is that like I think Dragon Ball, if you it depends on like how much you know about the era, of course, but like if you do know like enough about the era, like think about it, and like it is very like very much shows what era it was made in, because like like what I have in here about it is I wanted to draw the parallel between like how Toriyama draws technology and machines versus like people. And like actually like this is why I have like my volume on hand, because I think it's very well emphasized in like the back of this, if it can focus please. Yeah, it's a bit rough to see, but like
Yeah.
like you see like the scooter that Roshi is on, and like it's very like heavily detailed, whereas the people like they're very like they're a lot more like loosely made, if that makes sense. And I just want to talk like I thought it was interesting how the story is integrating technology into the narrative and into the world. Because obviously like we're talk a lot about in the story about martial arts, and like especially this section where we get the reveal that, you know, Son Gohan and the Ox King were both apprentices of Master Roshi. But like because like martial arts, it's like mysticism in a way, right? Like it's an ancient art, ancient techniques, and then you juxtapose that to technology and the way that technology is made in the series or used in the series. And I thought that was very telling that this was like late 80s or mid to late 80s, because like what you see is that like technology is definitely present, but it's not as like overwhelming as it is nowadays, or like as it would be later. It's there, but it takes more background role, and then like obviously martial arts
And
and
just
mysticism,
transportation.
the natural parts, the natural aspect of the world that still has precedent and is what actually solves the problems. Whereas and like technology is kind of just there and like it's convenient sometimes.
Yeah. No, generally, like technology is just transportation for tracking stuff, just random bits and bobs to help move the plot along. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, that I think that's fair for the time because they didn't have much. I think it's still like it's very much like futuristically drawn, as in like this is
Yeah.
stuff that
I think
we
like
can't
I
even make
don't
still.
know if Akira had come out yet. If it has, like when this came out, then definitely Akira influence. Otherwise, it's the other way around, and Akira took influence from this probably. So I see Hunt
Hot,
going to
you
it.
work on that,
Hunt's looking out.
yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm going to talk about something that's a lot less fun. And that was when they get to the town with the boss rabbit, and they go, "Oh look, civilization or close to it." The clearly like Arabic inspired place that they were like, "Oh, this is civilization." Technically, I guess I was like, "Oh,
Yikes! That
fuck."
shows the time as well. That shows
Yeah,
timing.
like once we're on the
Yeah.
topic of that, like, oh, the bad things also showcase the time. Some most of the time better than the nice representations.
The good
sometimes.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, like I saw that and my note was just damn Islamophobia.
Yeah. Yikes! That was
Mhm.
damn. Mm-hmm.
Also, Akira came out before Dragon Ball.
Yeah, okay, so that's
So Dragon Ball
clearly
was
that's
good,
Akira
yeah.
influence right there.
Yeah.
I mean, because like that way of drawing machines is just very like it's very Akira.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Akira, so no.
I need
but, yeah.
to read it. I don't want to watch it because I know it's a very influential movie, but like they like it's 5 volumes. They do the first and the fifth volume in the movie. So like fuck that. I'm reading it.
Yeah,
How would that work
the
out?
other three.
I
Hey,
want
people
all
love the
5.
movie, so like I think it would be good.
Movie all 5.
yeah, it reminds me of the Fate Grand Order movies where they do the first one and then skip over to the fifth and sixth one. So like this, yeah, they just animate a certain
I mean,
story.
to be fair, Fate.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a fair argument.
fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
so the whole, you know,
Kamehameha.
You know.
I was gonna bring it up as well. I was waiting for you to finish your thing, but that makes sense. Yeah, Master Roshi just fucking buffing up out of fucking nowhere. Like he takes off his clothes, most skinny old man ever, and then just the most buff dude. like, yeah, and then just giant beam. Fuck the mountain, I guess.
That was the greatest fucking like joke. The best joke in the series so far was Master Roshi after this. I don't know if you guys like thought this was as funny as I did, but the Ox King says, "Well, I gotta say, it's gonna be a lot cooler around here." Master Roshi, yeah, especially without a house.
Yeah, I got that.
So fucking funny. I took
so
two
good.
pictures of for today, and like that was one of them. I had to mention that. That was so
Good.
funny.
The
so
humor in
funny.
Dragon Ball hits sometimes, and then I like
Sometimes-
it.
And then sometimes you're like, what the fuck is this?
And
Yeah.
sometimes it's anything they do with Bulma. She still sucks. I don't
Yep.
like her at all.
Yeah. Like when Luffy. Okay.
Yeah,
When
baby,
Luffy-
we're talking about One Piece now. Welcome to the One Piece podcast.
Oh boy.
When Goku was flying to a frying pan mountain, and she was like, "Don't come back until you find the Dragon Ball," and I was like, "Ah, okay." And then he just flies over it. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Ah, that's hot. Let me go back." She's like, "What a scaredy cat!" I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
You literally, you can't
go.
even do this shit. What are you on about?
Go on the
Yeah.
cloud. Do it yourself.
Yeah,
Go on the cloud.
Yeah,
I dare
go,
you.
go. We'll put it up
No,
in the
come on,
air.
man.
You can jump on above the fire. Fuck you.
Yeah, see how far that takes you, right?
Oh god,
Yeah.
she still sucks. Like also, like the whole thing with like obviously like the Master Roshi's reward for doing this, like she's still like such a bitch about making Oolong do this, and then afterwards she doesn't say thanks or anything.
Nope.
Like Oolong took a bullet for her right there.
He did take it a little too
to.
far. He did take it a little further than she
Also-
wanted him to.
Yeah, but, she
But
didn't
still.
like,
He also didn't
I
want to
mean-
go to Frying Pan Mountain to begin with.
yeah, like he
Yeah.
didn't want to go. It's like she didn't have to fucking like pay for what was going on, even though she's the one who wants the fucking wish. And then like, you know, like yeah, he takes it farther, but like she still didn't have to like experience any of that.
I mean, she's literally forcing him to come along with the
Yeah.
pee-pee fucking candy he gave her.
Yeah,
Yep.
sweet sweet.
Sweet.
Is it
PP
might
PP
be
in
like
your
translation.
fucking translation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet sweet in the fucking in the
Official, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like if it, like it's the physical copy, that is the official. If that's not the
Yeah.
official, you guys can yell at me in the comments.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would hope it is.
Yeah, I got a fucking misprint, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean,
This shit from AliExpress, man. Jesus.
Bro, pay 2 cents for this. Why is this not quite
What the
quality?
fuck?
No.
Also- fun fact: the move Kamehameha was named after the Hawaiian king, and Toriyama's wife was the one that came up with the name.
Oh,
That's
cool.
cool.
Interesting fact.
Yep.
That's a fact, man.
I thought it was from like until they said the whole Hawaiian King thing. I thought it was from the song, the Kama 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 Chameleon, because that's one of the title. Because at the end of each chapter they put like next chapter, and that was the chapter title for the Kamehameha chapter. It wasn't when I actually got to the chapter, but that was what was written out. So I was just like, also like back onto like it being from that era. That also dates it very well.
Yeah.
The fucking Chameleon song.
Yeah, it does.
I also want to mention like that Goku is a fucking I don't know something. He just got Kamehameha. He saw
Yeah,
it once,
he's-
like, let me just copy this shit. I got this.
Yeah, he's a
You
prodigy.
just hit the movement. You just hit the movement like boom and just got it in
Yeah,
one shot.
He's actually a prodigy. Like Roshi
Also,
took 50.
they just fucking tried it on the car. Like, bro,
Like
that
couldn't aim it
works.
anywhere else.
To
Had
be fair,
to hit the car. They
to
can
be
get a better
fair,
car.
Roshi was like, "Oh, it took me 50 years to master, or about 50
He
years."
It'll
was
to
take
get all
50
that."
years.
to work. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting, first try, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind
And then,
of
and then he just
wild.
mastered it because he can do it after. He does it
Yeah.
after when they're
I don't,
locked up.
yeah. I don't know if it's mastered per se, but it can.
Probably not because it's not
Yeah.
that much of an output as Roshi has. But,
Yeah,
like
you
at least
saw
get
like.
the movement done. Not like a lucky one time.
He's
thing.
got
He
the
can summon it.
basics down.
They got the movement down at least.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the activation. Like that's the basic, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Roshi, like the fact that Roshi could just, let me just breathe a little bit. Okay, boom, whoosh, and then the mountain is gone. That was so wild.
That actually like that reminds me because this is I think our first full page art that we got was it Master Roshi buffing up.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
I think that was like
sounds
the
And
about
first
so
right.
like
full.
I wanted to talk about and get your guys' thoughts about this. Because right now like the focus seems to be on comedy and stuff. Right?
Mhm.
Like it's still very much comedic, but it's clear that Toriyama like does value action a lot because of the amount of space he's giving it in these chapters.
Yeah,
Like obviously we all pretty much know where Dragon Ball goes after this. Like it becomes a bit more serious. It becomes like more fighting and stuff.
yeah.
Like cause like this is not a spoiler for you, real. Dragon Ball you've heard about.
I know.
Like this is
I know.
fine. But like, so it's interesting to see how early on like you already kind of see that like emphasis on action whilst that's not like the focus of the story yet. So what
I think it's more of a thing also of us knowing what's gonna happen later that we kind of retroactively can look at it and be like, okay, that could be a hint towards him wanting to do more action.
Yeah, but like like if you think about it, like if you fully want to just make a comedy thing, then like you're gonna skip over
You're
the
not gonna, yeah, you're not gonna
it's
do the
not a
buffing thing. You
focus.
would make a buffing like into a small segment in like normal panels, right? Instead of one giant panel.
I'll have a fun fact for you later. That is the reason for the fundamental change in Dragon Ball. But that's like a couple chapters.
But that's for another day.
that's for another day.
Ah, fuck it, 20-minute episode, we're out.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Welcome.
Yeah. Also, can we just talk about like first off, Dragon Ball has Dragon Ball is my favorite manga when it comes to paneling. I'll just get that out of the way. It's not as prominent right now, but I'll see it more later on.
I
So-
don't like. you know what my favorite manga for paneling is, and I doubt that this is gonna like dethrone it, but I'm excited to see it because again, this is my first time reading Dragon Ball, so I want to like the paneling is something that I do want to like see more of and like in more action heavy stuff, because obviously like right now action is sporadic, and when it like it's already like what I wanted to talk about like a bit as well, like with what I just mentioned, that like the amount of space it takes up. We've already seen a jump in this in like just the first 20 chapters, because remember the Yamcha fight? Like that was also like small panels, quick stuff, and like not really anything big. But now we're getting like Roshi full page.
I think it's a thing where like I'm gonna make a thing to One Piece because that's where I kind of like can compare it to.
Go on.
In One Piece, early One Piece, Luffy was just steamrolling everyone. Like right now, Goku's also doing that, right? So I think it's a thing of like showing the difference in power between Goku and Roshi. Of like Goku is steamrolling everyone, but Roshi can do this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's showing the immense power that he has.
Yeah, show
compared
like the
to Goku
level
already.
that he needs to get
Show
up.
the level of difference. Yeah, already.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Goku is very strong, but there are still people like stronger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Goku's here, Roshi, and like
Roach is like
Also,
here.
like something that I think gets mentioned a lot with like with anime characters these days is like battle IQ. And right now, I feel like Goku's battle IQ is still awful.
Yeah, he does
like
make
remember,
some smart moves.
like with Boss Rabbit, Yamcha had to point out to Oolong.
You have a-
Oolong
you have
pointed
a
out
staff.
to him, "Hey, you have a staff, so you don't get fucking hit by this."
No, it was Yamcha, I think, that said it.
Yep.
Oh, was Yamcha? Okay, so I got it right the first time.
Mhm.
So
But
like
it
we
makes-
see like battle IQ here is not like is low. So like that
Yamcha
also
has
matters.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So it's got more IQ.
no,
in
I'm
general.
not gonna. Yeah. He's
I mean, Yamcha's got more IQ in general, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not that
look, let's
difficult.
be honest. We don't
It's not that hard.
hard. The bar is low.
The bar is not even on the screen. It's not even.
It's out of frame,
Yeah.
baby.
It's out of frame.
Yeah,
It's 2 stories down.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
his battle IQ like skyrockets later on.
I mean that comes with experience, right?
Yeah, and right now,
Yeah,
he's
so
like-
I feel like that's kind of nice to see, because like we're talking about it now here, and I'm trying to compare this to like One Piece again, but I feel like when we see Luffy's battle IQ is already good. Like when we get a flashback Luffy, he sucks.
Yep.
But
That's, like,
because
the
that's
age.
such a like small part and we don't see it
With
for that
Luffy,
long,
we started as 17, right? Which is trained
Yeah.
since he was 4, 5.
Mm.
Like he's trained for a long time, right? That's like
Yeah.
10, at least 10 years of experience in fighting or
Yeah.
training, at the very least. And then like Goku here, he's been training for quite a while as well, but only like 5 years max at least.
and he's a lot
5
younger
years.
still, so like
And a lot
yeah.
younger still, yeah. So normal IQ is already also lower than the Luffy's, and then you also got the less experience in training and fighting in general.
yeah, as well as Luffy being surrounded by people since he was young. Well, Goku.
Strong people in general.
Yeah.
And Goku just being
Goku's very like,
Goku just being the
isolated.
alpha in the jungle he was living in.
Yeah.
Literally could kill anything.
hmm
So yeah.
Also, like, apparently, like, speaking of like the jungle, like I don't know why none of the animals around Goku could. Oh no, wait, the fish was thinking in the
My
first
HUD.
chapter.
Yeah.
And like,
Mhm.
I was like when they were looking for Roshi and the dolphin just talked to them. Like that was kind of jarring to me because like, okay, I guess every animal can just talk. In
Yeah,
this.
it started out with the pterodactyl. Yeah, and then it went to the turtle, and then we got the dolphin. Like at that point, I was like, okay, so everything can just talk. Okay.
Yeah, because like the fish was just thinking. I was like, okay, maybe he can't speak. But then like now it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, this fucking dolphin. Obviously, dolphins are pretty smart, but I doubt the Curatoriami was
There
thinking
is-
about that.
Yeah, now
I don't
there's
even know we
there's
knew
a
that. I don't
reason
think we
for
know
this
that.
later. Why animals can talk, but that hasn't been revealed yet.
How much deep Dragon Ball lore is there? I thought it was just goofy animal talk. Go bro.
It's just like,
yeah,
this world they can just talk, I guess. No, they have lore.
No, there's
Some
lore,
fucking
bro.
Todd is
my
our
God.
lore master.
Yeah, he was.
Why I'm here. Also, can we just talk about how fast this goal like went by? It's
Yeah,
like,
I was surprised because like I mean this is I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking of, but like like I thought that like RR was gonna happen in between
oh,
this.
oh no, no,
So
no,
so I
no.
was like, oh what fucking hell, this is so like quick. Ryu, fuck you. You don't get to know.
You
I see you looking. I see you looking.
I'm looking
Fuck
straight down my
you.
camera when I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying not to spoil you.
yeah, I
I
doubt
thought
he'll get
that
it
was
from
gonna
RR.
happen, and I was just like, "Oh, they're just here now." And like, I did remember Oolong making the panty wish,
Yeah.
which are we gonna talk about that, or is that one of those like we're just
I
gonna
mean,
leave
well,
that?
we'll just have to
for
like
it?
dump it out the bag. The balls got collected,
Yeah.
all 7 of them,
hmm
Yeah, and now
Oh,
we're
and
now
then
I'm just trying to
and
speak.
and then yeah, the ball got collected, and then Oolong like Gokukama had a hole in the wall when they were in their prison cell, and Oolong was it both of them that flew out?
Oolong and Poir flew out.
Both flew out, yeah.
I read
and
all of the
then-
chapters today. I still remember everything.
Yeah, it was for me like it was Friday, so like it's a little foggy.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, like so both of them like flew out, and then like because the dragon was already summoned, right? The fuck was his
Yeah.
name? Jesus, why am I-
Shenron or
Shenron.
Shenlong, depending on the translation
the so like
or media.
Shenlong, I guess, is like the correct Japanese version.
hmm
That is the official translation term.
Yeah,
but
bitch.
in fairness, Zolo.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
He makes a good point.
he makes a fair point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call Shenlong Nyoibo and Kintoun. Nah, I'm gonna.
No, fair. So like, and then Oolong was like, "No, fuck him making a wish, panties."
Yeah.
I
He's like,
do like that.
But that
Oolong
was a good
was
moment,
like,
honestly.
had like presence of mind enough. It was like, oh, he's gonna wish for world domination. Fuck it. Oh, and
To
just-
be fair, he had to like think of it in like
Yeah.
in the spot, right?
Honestly, that's the first good Oolong W.
yeah, that was genuinely
He's
good
done.
Oolong moment. Like
He
it's
saved the world.
it's like not
Yeah,
great because of what he wishes for, but like
but
he
yeah,
did save the world. We can let him have this, right?
Yeah.
we'll have the panties. Yeah.
Man, save the world. Let it go.
Oh yeah, like in the physical copy that I have, there's like color pages and they're actually colored, which is why I really like this these physical copies. So if you're thinking about getting Dragon Ball, get the Viz Big volumes. They're very nice to read. Like text is nice and large, so like you can read even with your glasses off. And like the color pages are actual color pages. And what's really cool about that is the dragon summoning was like that chapter was fully colored. That was
For me,
all...
I think mine are scans of yours then, because the dragon was like gray, like scanned.
Yeah,
in
it was
for me.
great. Yeah, I was gonna mention
Yeah.
that because like in the anime and on Hut's
He's
mug, which
green.
you can't see anymore, he's green. So like it's interesting to see how the colors change, but I like also like Bulma. Like I think in the start, her hair was already blue at the start, but in the color
Sometimes
pages,
it goes
they
gray.
were
Yeah.
purple grayish, and like
Yeah.
Pilaf himself also was like he's blue and then becomes like greenish. So, but do we want to talk about like Pilaf and them guys?
Mine Shu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shu hasn't been said yet, but like
Oh,
his name is
shit.
Shu.
Oops.
But
Oops.
Mai has been named.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for that. Like I was waiting for the first mention of his name, and I was like, it's not there. I don't fucking. Don't say it.
Yep. Because, oops, I forgot. Anyways.
Anyway.
Surprise!
wait,
he has a
first-
name.
Also, but like, first off, I just want to say we got a gold from the start and achieved it within 20 chapters. That's like, it's like Luffy wanted to be
There's
Pirate King.
500 chapters left. Like
Exactly!
think about
I
that
wonder what
shit.
happens.
Exactly 500 chapters left,
Yeah.
right? Wow, that's wild, actually.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if like fucking Luffy became a pirate king in chapter 20. What the fuck is the rest of the story about?
Oh, imagine Naruto just becomes Hokage in chapter 20. Okay.
Like what the fuck? Like that's crazy.
Ichigo kills all his
Yeah.
enemies, chapter 20.
Easy boy.
Yuji
Goku
just
is the most
killed
efficient MC. I'll say it.
Yeah,
At this point, he falls off later.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like Tanjiro is very.
Tanjiro's
Anyway,
quick. Nah, not 20
uh,
chapters quick.
no, 20 he got nothing on 20
Dude, I
chapters.
got nothing on the. Yo, Kid Goku, he's got
Can he
it.
be
He's got
Goku
it
though?
going.
Hmm.
Can he
People,
be Goku?
Goku though.
Oh, there's no.
oh,
Oh no, we're becoming Dragon Ball fans for you. Oh
It
no,
happened. It
it's
happened in the
over.
second. It happened in the second episode. We're
Oh,
gonna have to say it every
oh,
episode now.
I
It's
can't
gonna.
read anymore.
bro, you
That's
are
the
already
guys. That's the end.
your, your reading skills are already degrading, Ben.
Oh.
You're-
I like. Can you tell I tried really hard to actually analyze anything about this and not just talk about goofy jokes?
You still got 2 jokes in.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
the analysis on Dragon Ball later becomes a lot easier because then you actually have things to analyze.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think, like, putting it in the time period that it is in and, like, the way it handles technology, I think is already very interesting because, obviously, like, technology was a major, like, talking point. It still is, and it, like, became even more prevalent, but, like, I think in the 80s, like, late 80s, it very much became a thing of, like, okay, how do we kind of coexist with this? Because that's also, like, the era that we got movies like Terminator, right? Like,
Yeah, she was
I think
developing a
fear
lot quicker back
around
then.
like technology and how quickly it was advancing and all that stuff like that really like coalesced in like the 80s 90s and so like the way it is integrated here in Dragon Ball and it might be integrated like in the future of Dragon Ball I think is just interesting and like it does definitely even without trying I think like I don't think Toriyama intended to do this but it does definitely not necessarily date here, but just the talking points of the era very much show up the in the story. So that means that like regardless of intent, it is there and there's subtext for it, which allows you to analyze that aspect of it.
Yeah, not true. I definitely think it might not have been on purpose, but it definitely shows the era very well. I feel like.
Yeah, and if it like further than just like it showing the era, like fears and anxieties of people will always be translated into the art of the
Media.
in the
Mhm.
art of the period. And so like you can see what an author is thinking about those points, even if they're not intending for it to be about that, right? So here we can see that Toriyama definitely like believes or at least like unintentionally put into this that technology like it stays in the background and it's like it's for convenience sake but when it matters that it comes back to like people and all the traditions that have been upheld for a long time. I think that's also a very Japanese way
I was
to
gonna say that
look
was
at it.
probably more of a culture thing, yeah. Like a Japanese
Yeah,
culture, of course, always like goes back to traditionalism and like keeping traditions up and keeping culture of that, especially like the eastern side, right? It's
Yeah.
always been like they still do like rituals and whatever from that they used to do like 15,000 years ago. What not 15,000, 1,500 years ago. And yeah, it's like so that definitely also probably is also more of a culture thing ish there as well. But I mean, if the writer doesn't really intend to add this into his story, the culture that he is from also like
yeah.
adds to what he's writing,
Like
right?
there's no such thing as like objective opinion. Like there is no objective
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
viewpoints in humanity.
Yeah.
No, no, definitely not. It's different person, how they were brought up, what
And
time
I think
period.
the way like you like that it's talked about here, I think like um I think it's very opposed as to like the West. I don't know like obviously we weren't alive in the 80s. So we can't talk about this. And I think that fear of like, you know, going too far with technology was definitely there, but I think in the West it was more, you know, accepted as like we're going to use this because it's fucking efficient. Right?
Yeah,
Like efficiency and like capitalism being like the way forward and whatnot. It just like it like I feel like it just accelerated that. Now I'm talking a bit more globally, but I think like in the West that was more accepted. With like the fear still definitely being present, but also like just knowing that like we're still gonna do this type
yeah.
thing.
At least
Yeah.
fuck around and find out what happens, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like even now, I feel like in the like more eastern side of the world, it's more like a like I don't really like technology. We don't really like that stuff coming
I
here.
feel like
there's-
that's categorically untrue.
probably, but like that's like a culture thing. And then I'm not really have contact with that side, of course. But like there's
We should
still
ask
like
Livid. Livid, could you represent the entire Eastern Hemisphere for us
Eastern
real quick?
Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. But yeah.
No, not at all.
I like how so far, like, I don't fully remember. Like, I feel like last week we talked a lot about Journey to the West, and so not Dragon Ball. And today we talked a lot more about technology and not Dragon Ball.
We can just add like a title to each one of these. Last one was "The Journey to the West Begins," and this one is just like technology!
Technology.
Exclamation point!
People are afraid of technology. Technology.
Technology!
Like,
Technology's
I
a
do
scary
like
thing.
because it does still tie into Dragon Ball, and we're still like.
Yeah.
I like how we can like. I hope we can keep it up to just like pick apart like and pick like bits and pieces of Dragon Ball that we can correlate to and spin off into wider discussions, because like I guess that's what I like doing, because obviously it's like a bit more of that like analytical, like, okay, this is something that the story talks about, or at least it showcases, and then we can discuss it in a bit more broader terms, which I think helps for just seeing what the themes are and how they are discussed and how they're handled, right? Like, obviously,
Yeah.
like, technology I don't think is like a major theme in Dragon Ball, but
At least
like,
not so far.
at least not right now. But it's still interesting to talk about it because it is like an integral part of the setting, and that does matter. So
Yeah,
that is my justification to the audience of why I can talk about whatever I want.
If you thought it was stupid, fuck you.
Fuck no.
Then I have a question for you guys. So
Okay.
we saw Chi-Chi when she was introduced, killing a dinosaur, and pulverizing it.
T-Rex, yeah.
Yeah,
Chopping his
and
neck.
yeah, and then she also attacked Yamcha. Was like straight
Mhm.
away, and she also hit Master Roshi on the head with the blade, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she's still able to ride the Nimbus. So, what do you guys
Violence
think?
is okay.
That's
what this means.
Violence is a normal thing in human society.
Violence is morally okay.
Violence
You're pure.
is more.
Was it pure of heart, as in like naughtiness? That's at least where my brain went. Like of in like.
I mean, that is
like-
definitely the way it
Your-
seems to be represented. No, because because Chi-Chi, like,
This is
she
Bulma
thinks
Roshi, right?
about certain like she thinks about impure
Marriage.
things, quote unquote, but like she doesn't. She's completely wrong about it, and in such a like
Yeah.
childlike way as well. So I think that like. Oh, I mean, to be fair, that would fit completely within Dragon Ball's like parody of Journey to the West stuff.
Oh,
Of
here we
just
go
like,
again.
here's this cloud that was used in Journey to the West. In Journey to the West, it wasn't like pure of heart or anything, by the way.
Mhm.
But
It's normal.
we're gonna make this a pure of heart thing. It's like a magical artifact, and like it's gonna choose its rider essentially, and then it's just gonna be about fucking dirty.
How much
like,
naughty
dirty
stuff
jokes,
you
like,
think about,
perverted shit, yeah.
Mhm.
I could totally see them doing that. Also, like, literally,
Yeah.
like the fourth wall breaks. Like, how are those feeling for you guys? Because like P-off, like that's just an entire page or like 2 pages, I think, about like just like Dr. Slump
audience,
jokes,
yeah.
the audience, and fucking poo jokes.
I gotta find that again because like that was so weird. They were like literally
Yeah.
talking to us. It was-
Like,
Yeah,
so far, like, there have been several, like, fourth wall breaks. I think one
Yeah,
of them
like-
was Oolong. I don't know. I don't remember if the other one was also Oolong, but I think it was. But they were just, like, one panel box of Oolong reacting to something.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it also has a little when Goku punched Yamcha and destroyed the panel.
Yeah, like it,
I
it
didn't
bounced.
know.
He literally
He bounced
destroyed
against the panel, and the panel had like a like broken off,
Yeah,
like the line.
Yeah, and the panel was destroyed.
I didn't even know
Like he
that.
bounced off of the panel.
Yeah.
Like he didn't bounce off the sky. He bounced off the panel. That
Yeah, it
broke.
was just funny because he hit him towards the sky, but no, it just broke the panel and just was sent flying down
That's pretty
afterward.
neat.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
The the Pilaf wall break felt very like it didn't feel good because it was
Yeah,
very obvious. It was drawn out, and it wasn't even a good joke
no.
because it
No.
was saying like we're not gonna do the pee pee poo poo jokes, and then what like it's saying that was the joke, so it still did
Yeah.
it. It just tried to get on its high horse about it, which was worse.
It reminds me of She-Hulk.
Oh
And
boy.
that's okay. I'm not gonna get into that, but I really want to just can no, yeah. Not gonna get into that
Mm.
right now.
How did you
Um,
guys find that? Because for me, it was very jarring, and I didn't really like it.
yeah. So
I just looked at it like, okay, guess we're doing this now. I
mhm,
didn't. Yeah, this is like okay, and then it like pulled a stick, and it just kept going about it.
yeah,
Like
it's
it's Shonen Jump has been selling a ton of copies lately, and apparently tons of people are reading it. Like genuinely mentioning their own like brand. Like,
Also, in the background, like PLF just had a shelf of Jump comics.
yeah,
It
that's
just like
strange.
I like people reference Shonen Jump, which I'm fine with. Really, like in manga, like people talking about Shonen Jump, but like most of the time when they do it, it's in like regular Japan, and I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. But like
Yeah,
yeah. Is
outside of
it?
that, I mean, nah, I'm gonna let Gintama go for that one because like it's Gintama.
I thought okay. I thought you were gonna make like a One Punch Man reference or something.
Nah, like
Like,
I was thinking like in Gintama,
oh,
which is not technically regular
it's
Japan, like they
let's
still
say
have it, but like it's still Japan. It's just been invaded by aliens.
yep. And swords are not allowed there.
That's why Cares a wooden sword. Anyway,
hmm
go watch Gintama. I still need to watch more of
It's
it.
it's good,
it's
very
need to
good.
read.
hmm Also, I forgot to mention this last week. If I can still find it.
I guess like this is
Um,
what it's like. If you forgot to mention anything last week, do it now.
yep.
Do
This
it.
is us like you fucked up last week. What's up?
Um, they show in a panel, um, the gag panel where there is a little robot thing that says, "This isn't Penguin Village. Penguin Village is the village in Doctor Slump, that where um, yeah, characters are from certain characters that I will not
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
Um, and that I think is Toribot, which is Toriyama's self-insert to the series.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
Oh,
about like because when they have like the sleeping gas masks and stuff like that, it like because like Toriyama's like offer like picture or whatever or like the character that he uses has like the gas mask as well.
hmm
So I thought that they were going to talk about that, but I guess not.
mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, a
Yeah,
very important thing. Last week, I mentioned Goku saying Waga. This week, it was Oolong. Oolong on the Waga train right now.
yeah.
Another good week. Another good showing for Waga.
Yes, another
That's
good
Yep.
Chi.
The water
Wait,
train going downhill.
do y'all just accept Oolong as a Dutchie, or like how we doing this? Like,
I
Mm.
said it like 3 times. I think we might have to claim him.
I
alright.
think we have to take him, unfortunately.
Yeah, like we're reluctant, but he's got the proper documentation. He's in.
I mean, he did save the world, so I guess we can give him a W for this.
Yeah, all right.
For Waga.
We can give him several. Waga Waga.
Sure.
Because he said it like 3 times. I was like, hey.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well,
All
also,
right.
can I
Oh yeah, go on.
I
Go
just
ahead.
wanna say, like the Kamehameha when he just fires it, like Roshi fires it, it looks like firing my laser. It just pretty cool.
Big beam.
It's a big beam.
Special beam, even. It's a special beam.
Yeah,
A special beam.
a special beam. Some might even say a cannon, you know?
I'm now just want to see Goku being shot out of a cannon. Quite frankly, I think that would be funny.
Yeah, that
I
would
don't
be
know if
good.
it happens. I don't remember. I feel like I would remember Goku being shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, I
So
feel like you would.
Toriyama, why haven't you done this yet? What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, Toriyama?
I mean, he doesn't need a cannon. He can just launch himself forward.
Nah,
with
but I need the visual.
Yeah,
I need the visual of him being
And you
inside.
need the actual physical canon where he's just
Yeah.
like inserted into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we just need Buggy to show up randomly. If I like Goku is the secret ingredient in the Buggy balls.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Comes out of a shoe for some reason.
Fucking Goku. That's
Just
why.
Goku
That's
pops out.
why he's a Yonko. He's got Goku in his shoe. That's it. We figured it out.
He doesn't need to be Goku. Goku's under him.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
controls Goku. Damn, that's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Also, is that why the fox is named Shu in Dragon Ball as well? My goodness, it's a foreshadowing.
I thought it was a dog.
Is he a fox?
It looks like a Shiba Inu. That's why I thought like
He
Shu,
could be.
Shiba
He's
Inu,
called
Shu.
Orange, but it still could be the Shiba.
That is a dog. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ha! I got you on Dragon Ball things. That's my bit.
Damn.
I'm done. I retire.
I mean, he's read the entirety already, so like he has no brain cells left.
Yeah, I already can't read.
He's already gone.
Oh,
He's long gone.
it's
There's
You-
no saving him.
Yep, you two are gonna be like me at some point.
God,
I hope not.
Can
Hey.
you? Same thing. Can you imagine? Like we finished Dragon Ball, we're like cool. What we do now? We can't read anymore. What the do we do?
No.
What's
See,
the word?
There's an exception. Dragon Ball fans can read Naruto and also misinterpret everything in that.
Yeah.
That's our sequel.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
All right, but I think that's gonna do it for this week. Unless you guys
Yeah, I
still
think
have
so. I
anything
think
you
we
wanna
talked
mention.
everything.
Like I covered
No,
everything I want to cover.
Yeah, same.
Oh, no, never mind.
All right, now we're locked out. You don't get to talk about anything anymore. All you get to say is we say goodbye to Hut. Other side, fuck.
Bye-bye.
So are you.
Laters.
I've been your host. I'll see you next week, everybody. Goodbye.